Here's a question. How do you describe a value that could be a string or a number or even null all at the same time? In plain JavaScript, you just shrug and hope for the best. But TypeScript gives you two superpowers for exactly this kind of problem: union types and intersection types. Master these two, and you can model almost any real-world data shape with confidence. Let's break them down from zero. Imagine you're building a function that takes an ID. Sometimes that ID comes in as a number, like 42. Other times it arrives as a string, like user42. In JavaScript, you'd have no way to tell the type system about this. TypeScript fixes that with a single character, the pipe symbol. Here's a union type in action. We declare a variable whose type is string or number written with a pipe between them. Now TypeScript will happily accept either a number or a string for this value. But try to assign a boolean and it stops you cold. That pipe means one of these, not all of these. Unions really shine in function parameters. This format-id function accepts a string or a number. Whatever the caller passes, TypeScript is satisfied as long as it's one of those two types. Notice we're describing the real world here. IDs genuinely do show up in both forms, and now our types say so. But there's a catch. Inside that function, you can only do things that are safe for both types. If you try to call to uppercase on the ID, TypeScript complains, because numbers don't have to uppercase. The type system only lets you touch what every member of the union has in common. So how do we unlock the type-specific stuff? The answer is narrowing. We check the type at runtime using typeof, and inside that if block, TypeScript narrows the union down to just one type. Inside the string branch, it knows ID is a string, so to uppercase is allowed. In the else branch, it knows ID is a number. This is TypeScript reading your code like a human would. Unions aren't just for broad types like string or number. You can build a union of exact literal values. Here, a direction can only ever be one of these four strings. Pass anything else, and TypeScript rejects it instantly. This is how you model fixed sets of options. Think roles, statuses, or sizes, without a clunky enum. Unions say one of these. Intersections say the opposite. All of these at once. Where a union uses the pipe, an intersection uses the ampersand. Think of it like combining ingredients. A union is choosing between coffee or tea. An intersection is coffee with milk and sugar all together in one cup. Let's see it in code. We define two types: person with a name and employee with an employee ID. We combine them with an ampersand into a staff type. Now a staff object must have both the name and the employee ID. Leave one out, and TypeScript flags the object as incomplete. You merge two shapes into one. Here's the safety net. If you try to create a staff object but forget the employee icon dead, TypeScript stops you immediately. Because an intersection demands every property from every part, you can never accidentally build a half-finished object. This is incredibly useful when you're merging data from different sources. Intersections are perfect for adding shared fields across your app. Picture a database where every record has an ID and a created at timestamp. We define a timestamp base, then intersect it with our domain types. Now both article and comment carry those audit fields automatically, with zero duplication. This is exactly how teams at companies like Razorpay or Zerodha keep their data models consistent. Now let's combine everything into the single most useful pattern in TypeScript, the discriminated union. The idea is simple. You build a union of object types, and each object shares one common field, a literal tag, that tells you which variant you're holding. Let's model a network request that can be loading, successful, or failed. Here it is. Each variant has a status field set to a literal string. That's our discriminant. The loading state has nothing else. The success state carries the data. The error state carries a message. We union all three together into request state. Each branch can hold completely different fields, but they all share that one status tag. Now watch the magic. We switch on the status field. Inside the success case, TypeScript knows state.data exists and is safe to use. Inside the error case, it knows state message exists. Try to access data in the error branch, and it stops you. The discriminant guides TypeScript to the exact right shape in every branch. Let's actually run this. We compile with the TypeScript compiler and execute the output. Watch how each state produces the right message. Loading, then a success with a count, then an error. The compiler verified everything before we even ran it. No undefined property crashes. No surprises at runtime. Here's a pro tip that catches future bugs. Add a default case that assigns the state to a never type. If you later add a fourth status and forget to handle it, TypeScript throws an error right here. This is called exhaustiveness checking, and it turns your compiler into a checklist that's impossible to forget. Let's lock in the difference once and for all. A union with the pipe means the value is one of several types. Flexible inputs, multiple states. An intersection with the ampersand means the value is all of those types combined. Merged shapes, shared fields. Unions widen your options. Intersections combine your requirements. You now have two of the most important tools in the entire TypeScript language. Practice by modeling a payment that can be a card or UPI. That's a discriminated union waiting to happen. Try combining base types with intersections in your own projects. The more you model real data, the more natural these become. So let's recap the three big wins. 1. Union types written with the pipe let a value be one of several types, perfect for flexible inputs and modeling states. 2. Intersection types written with the ampersand merge multiple shapes into one, perfect for shared fields and combining data. And 3. Discriminated unions with a common tag give you bulletproof type-safe branching. Next up in our TypeScript track, we tackle generics. How to write reusable types that work with any data. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop your biggest TypeScript question in the comments. We read every single one. See you in the next one.